Hey, aloha, and welcome to the Friday live coaching call. We call it the Marketing Jam Session. I am Tom Gaddis, your humble Pooh Bear, here to take your questions, hang out, talk. We've had a lot of activity here at Offline Sharks HQ over the past few days. Some of you may have seen that. A lot of good stuff. Woo! A lot of, oh crap, we just launched something new stuff. We'll talk about all that. I'm going to take your questions. Yeah, we're just going to hang out here for the next hour. Normally on these calls, I do some like specific training. This today is more going to be kind of a call about our new software we just launched. I want to clarify a few things. I've seen a lot of questions in the Facebook group, stuff like that. Been taking note of that. We've been updating some things. So we'll talk about all that stuff, and you can ask questions and all that stuff as well. So welcome, everybody. I see Majestic Media. Oh, they says I much prefer YouTube than Facebook. Awesome. Yeah, Majestic, we've been wanting to do more stuff on the YouTube channel, so that's here. Gray Mouse Web Design, Megalodon, Dorn, Hola, que pasa? Bob, welcome. Michael Marcus says, yeah, I prefer YouTube too. Well, awesome. Welcome, you guys. Oh, we're also going to do shark shout outs. Of course, I'm going to give away some Cash App money. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So I want to start off by let me get this ready here, and I'm going to share my screen. Let me adjust. Oh, let me adjust a couple of things here. Sorry. Can't really do much of this before. You got to like do it right when you're on here. So, okay. All right. Today, a lot of what we're going to be talking about is this. So, for those of you that may not have saw all the buzz and the news, on Wednesday, we launched our brand new Smart Directory.ai software. So who was there? Anselm, what's up, buddy? Barbara, welcome. Lonnie, good to see you live. We've been chatting in Messenger. Greg, awesome. Were you guys, Jordan says, can't watch, too much work. Yeah. Who was on that training? It was an awesome training. We had over 400 people there. We made Smart Directory AI public. I have to say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, first of all, to all of you in our community, just the support that you guys showed up and delivered for Smart Directory AI was pretty impressive. It was, we kind of projected some numbers that we thought we were going to do, and we doubled those numbers just on Wednesday's live training. So Nick and I were very humbled. We take your support very, very seriously. If you've ever done anything like this, built a software, launched a software, we've been doing this since 2016. There's just always stuff that pops up when you go live that you didn't expect, you weren't able to count on, things go wrong, stuff happens. It is the way of business. So I hope all of you out there know, Nick and I, we've been doing this with you for a long time. We always take pride in taking good care of our community and our customers. This is no different. Smart Directory AI is going to be around for a long time. This is, our new flagship thing. We're investing. We have invested already, and we're going to continue to invest a lot of money in this thing. So, we are just as excited to get it out there and you guys getting results and all that stuff as you are. So, support has been a little overwhelmed with all of the interest. We're working on getting some more help in there for them. Cameron is working crazy in the background with the devs to address individual issues and different things like that. We try to tell people, like, look, when we do things around here at Offline Sharks, we do them big, and for months we've been telling our devs, like, hey, when we roll this thing live, like, there's going to be a lot of support. There's going to be a lot of support. We're like, it's going to be crazy. It always is. And, everybody kind of goes, yep, until we do it. And then they're like, holy crap, where'd all this stuff come from? I'm like, we tried to tell you, you know? I think that's because so many people talk a big game, but they don't deliver. But because of you guys here at Offline Sharks, we always deliver because we have an awesome community. I mean, you guys are the best. You're go-getters, you're action takers, you get going. So again, Nick, myself, the entire team, very, very humbled by the support for Smart Directory AI. We appreciate it. We're working hard behind the scenes to get everything going. We're going to talk about a few of those things today. Now, I know Dorn's, been helping in the Facebook group, different things like that as well. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. So just a little brief recap in case you were not on the training on Wednesday. We do have a replay. I'm not going to go back through stuff I did on the training because that's what the training was for. And, on there, I talked about our Honeypot prospecting system, the functionality of Smart Directory .ai, all that stuff. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the software. And I want to specifically talk to existing agency growth machine members as well. So, a while back, we built a directory theme inside WordPress, which a lot of our members are using. We had kind of a crossroads with that of how we were going to move that into the future, what we were going to do with it. For us, because of, high levels integration into our agency and all those things, it just made sense for us to build the new directory version inside of high level and not use WordPress anymore. But I don't think we did a very good job of communicating to AGM members exactly what that means and how, if you want to move from your existing WordPress site, you move to a new Smart Directory AI. So I'm going to talk about that specifically. And for all of you AGM members out there that maybe just for whatever reason you don't want to go to smartdirectory.ai, AGM is not going anywhere, right? Like, we will still support that theme. We will still make sure it's operational. Now, there's not going to be a lot of, we're not going to be redoing the look of it or anything like that, or, adding a bunch of new functionality to it. At this point, it does what it does. It does it, well. We think the new smartdirectory.ai has a better look. We have the ability to change out themes and stuff like that, which I'll talk about in a minute. Much, much easier than with WordPress and everything that's involved there. So anyway, if you're an AGM member and you just want to keep using AGM, like, go ahead. Like, it's not going anywhere. So I just want to make that clear. I saw a little confusion on that in the Facebook group, and a couple people messaged me like, this strategy that we use the directory site for, like, we use this every day. Like, this is our go-to strategy, right? The only thing that has really changed is the tech that we're using to implement that strategy. And the new smartdirectory.ai, it is just way bigger on the tech side of things, right? There's just a lot more. Not even to mention that because it's built on high level, right? Like, this bolts onto high level. Like, this is all the functionality that is added when you put Smart Directory inside high level, right? Like, this is stuff just specific to Smart Directory. These are not things that just exist in high level on their own. That's why we built this, because high level did not do what we wanted it to do. When we first came up with this honeypot strategy of using a directory to prospect for clients and sell subscription services and things like that, the reason we built AGM was because we couldn't find a solution that allowed us to quickly set up directory sites. Everything took a long time. It was a real pain in the rear. So we just built our own that made it super easy to get listings on them and get a site that looked good. Smartdirectory.ai is even better at that. It's even faster. It's even simpler to get it set up, to manage everything, all that stuff. So this really is a complete rebuild from the ground up. We did not use any of the existing tech of AGM or anything like that. This is all brand new stuff. So these are just the features of the soft directory app, the core features of the directory, right? The ability to claim a listing, the web page builder, the customizable pricing plans, the member listings and profiles. You can see you can add working hours. We have events built in, which we didn't in AGM. There's news feeds. There's job postings, right? We have an instant install feature. There's a search bar that is dynamic, right? It's not only can you set free and premium listings, but you can have multiple packages if you want, something that was not possible before. Like, if you want to have a basic, a pro, and a premium, like you could do that. You could have 3 packages, unlimited categories. All the things you see here are just the core functions of the directory side of the software, consumer apps, Google Maps integration, display Google reviews, all those things. But we also have all these backend features that we were able to bring and really makes this easy to manage in the back end. Again, a comprehensive dashboard. It's easy to customize. Again, you can watch the training. I go through all the stuff. You see all the things I'm talking about: bulk import, payment settings, all that. Obviously the site is inside Go High Level, so that's where it's hosted. So you don't have to buy a hosting account. The SSL is included, right? So you don't even have to get that. So the site is secure. All of the design features, and then we have these core features that are in the works with our developers. Soon, you're going to have the ability to do coupons and deals. Obviously, right now, we just have one theme, but there'll be a theme library. You'll be able to easily, with just a click, switch out themes and build different types of directory sites, things like that. We're working on a Google My Business integration and video review submissions. So lots of stuff going on with Smart Directory, right? And as I mentioned on the training, we found the #1 app developer on High Level. We hired them. We've invested over 72 grand in this thing so far, right? And that doesn't count like the teams at the agency implementing the strategies or the different things we do there. This is just in the software alone. But, we wanted to make sure it was super duper affordable. So, we're rolling this out at a crazy low price. SmartDirectory.ai with all the bonuses and the trainings and all that stuff, only $99 a month. And so if you haven't already, I suggest you go sign up. I'll also put a link. Oops. The whole thing is going wonkers here. Down at the bottom, you can also go here and see the replay. So offlinesharks.com/smartdirectory.ai. I'll put that at the bottom if you want to go check the replay. If you want to just jump in, you can just go to offlinesharks.com/getsmart and you can jump in at $99 a month. Now, there is, when you get to that page, another option there. And this is for the people in our community that we know are real go-getters. And I don't know if I made this super duper clear on the training on Wednesday, but this price of $99, the general public is paying $199 a month for smart directories. So if you go to that marketplace and you try to buy a smart directory, it's $199 a month. That is the price for what we're doing here. But because you're in our community, because you're on our list, we're rolling out a special price just for you. That's $99 a month. Now, if someone from the general public or someone who buys Smart Directory through the App Store wants to build another SmartDirectory.ai site, like they want to target more than one area, or they want to sell one to an existing client, they're going to pay an additional $199 a month for every Smart Directory site they set up. That is the only option the general public has. But again, because you guys are in our community, because you're part of what we're doing here, what we're building, you're on the ground floor of this thing, we wanted to give you something special. So we do have an option on there where you can build unlimited Smart Directory AI sites, and you can even sell them to clients. And, we have a lot of people in our community that have done that in the past. Lars, Jocelyn, and Randy regularly do this. As you guys know, they recently got married, but they're constantly selling these AGM sites as part of a marketing package they do for real estate agents. So, this is a very viable thing. Just sell one site, pretty much covers the cost of the unlimited version, which is $299 per month. So that's something, again, that is not available to the public at all. There is no way to get that from the app marketplace or anything like that. If anybody from the public wants to do that, they got to pay $199 a month for each smart directory they want to set up, but not you guys, right? So those are your two options there. We do have a lot of bonuses built in with this. One, we'll build a list of the first 100 businesses that you can add to your smart directory. We've got a report on how to get free traffic. We have a weekly coaching call. Plus, we're including our automatic client workflow. So These are 2 workflows that we built out that sell traditional agency services like SEO and paid ads, which we sell a lot of, and AI subscription services. So you get all of those bonuses included as well when you take us up on this one-time special offer of only $99 a month. So that's just kind of a little overview of what we have going on there. I'm going to go back to the questions here. My window got messed up. And then we'll do some shark shout outs and stuff at the live. So yeah, we are live on Facebook as well. So, all right. So Nye says, my client didn't want AGM before because of WordPress. All she would need now is go high-low. That is correct, Nye. When you have the unlimited license, you can install these in an unlimited number of sub-accounts. So you could do that for them right off the bat. Nye, great question. So Nye says, does this come with Go High Level? No, it doesn't. But here's the thing. So high level is not a requirement to run a smart directory AI. However, we recommend that you have high level because there are a lot of advantages when you're an active high level user, that a lot more functionality and things that you get. So in the members area, I made a specific video on this to clear this up. So when you go in your members area, there's a video that says don't have high level, watch this. Just watch that video. It'll show you everything that you need to do and what your options are and what we recommend. So yeah, so we got that, Nye. We got that. Let's see. And again, if you want to watch the replay, you can see that smartdirectory.ai. I can probably take these off of here and we'll just go in. I just want to see a couple questions. Patty, right now, Stripe is the option, but we're working on other payment integrations. Dan says, do you have a site we can show? Yes. So Dan, we have here. Let me show you this. So we have been, so one of the things that we've been doing is we've been testing the migration of existing AGM sites to the new Smart Directory AI site, figuring out that process and everything with our Hawaii Thrive site. So if you want to show someone an example, you can show them this site. So you'll see the, let me see, where is the, what is, oh, sorry, I grabbed the wrong one there. It's like, why does it not show? What is happening here? That's weird. I opened up some box and I'm not really sure what I did there. Okay. Look, this is our Hawaii Thrive site set up on smartdirectory.ai. Now, this is actually going to be live at hawaiithrive.com over the next few days. Again, we've been using this to just make sure everything is working with the transfer of existing AGM sites before we move it live. And I'm going to talk about that in a second after I show you this. But if you want, you can show them this site, directory.hawaiithrive.com. And you'll see this has all the stuff, functionality, and it's filled out, right? So let me talk about, for a minute, the existing AGM members, okay? Look at this. Thanks, Enrique. Yeah, we're pretty proud of this thing. Like, we have been working really, really hard behind the scenes on this, and there's a lot going into this. So really, really good stuff. Randy, just submit, go to offlinesharks.com/support, submit a ticket. The team can get you squared away on that. Just be patient, give them some time. I know when I woke up this morning, there were like 100 support tickets in there with questions about smartdirectory.ai. And plus we have a lot of other products people ask about. So like they're working hard to get all those answered. So just give them a little bit of time. But right now I want to talk to the existing AGM members. How many existing AGM members do we have on here? Let me know in the comments. Are you an existing AGM member? Because I want to talk a little bit about the process of moving from your current AGM setup to a smartdirectory.ai. Because I don't think we did a very good job of conveying this, how to do this and what this process looks like to people, but we're working super hard to rectify that situation. So I see lots of people, existing, Greg, yes, existing. I am, okay. Dorn says he has 27 currently. Yeah, so a lot of people out here, right? Okay, so I want to talk about what it looks like when you want to move your AGM site to a new smartdirectory.ai and what happens after that and all that stuff. Again, I think we could have done a better job of communicating what this process looks like to you and why we came to this decision, because we have a lot of AGM members. Again, this is a core client getting strategy that we have used in our agency since, maybe 2018. I mean, AGM, I think, came out in 2018. I know we were doing this pre-COVID. We really doubled down on it during COVID. So, and we've continued to do it after. So I know we have a lot of people that have AGM sites up that are using this, that are doing this, right? So we had a lot of conversation about, well, how do we handle that rolling into the new smartdirectory.ai tech, right? So we felt like when we discussed all this, the best thing to do was to avoid any interruption in your AGM. Like, we didn't want any interruption in your AGM site, right? We wanted to try to have a seamless transition from, if you wanted to go from the AGM tech to the smartdirectory.ai tech, right? Meaning your site isn't down, there's minimal downtime. It's just a pretty seamless transition. And so we decided, okay, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to roll out smartdirectory.ai. We talked about the steps internally that a person would take to move over from AGM to Smart Directory. They're pretty straightforward. They're kind of fundamental website design things that we've been talking about for a while. So we didn't really think about putting them in the members area or really talking about them too much, because we thought, oh, this is pretty straightforward. But I think that was a mistake, right? I feel like we really should have given you current AGM members the picture of the clear path of how you do this and what this looks like and why we did it this way. The reason we did it this way is because of this. I'm going to share my screen so you can see this here. So this slide are the steps that you would want to take for moving an existing AGM site to a smartdirectory.ai platform. Okay. So the reason we did it this way, again, was to minimize downtime of an AGM site. What we didn't want to do is have you cancel your AGM subscription, or we cancel your AGM access, and all of a sudden your site is down, and there's this lag in time of when you get it set up. Or what if you're an AGM member and you don't want to move to the SDA, right? So there are just too many variables in that process. So we decided on this process where we roll out smartdirectory.ai. We give everyone a chance to move their data over from AGM that wants to move over. And as soon as their SDA site is live and it's they've transferred the domain, then boom, they just reach out to us and we remove their AGM stuff, right? So cancel the billing, all those kinds of things. So we're going to take care of you existing AGM members, I guess is what I'm saying. So don't stress about what you have going on there. The whole point of these steps in this process is, again, to make sure you don't have a lot of downtime between when your AGM site moving to the Smart Directory. So here are the steps for setting up to going through. So the first thing you would do is you would jump in on smartdirectory.ai. You would go high level, create a sub account. I also added a video about this in the members area about whether to put it in your agency sub account or in its own sub account. So for all of you, If you haven't checked the members area recently, go back. I've made some updates there based on questions and things I've seen in the Facebook group and that people have asked me directly. So I have added some new things there. But this would be the process. So you get smartdirectory.ai, you set up a sub account, you install the SDAI app, then you go into the back end of your AGM WordPress theme, and you can go to export, and there's just a little button that allows you to export all of your listings as a CSV. Now, if you want to export, if you want to bring over all of your categories, you do have to export that as a separate CSV. We couldn't, there wasn't a way to do it all together. So you can export all your AGM listing data. That will export all the business information. It will export the images, the URLs for the images that you have. Like all of that stuff will come in the CSV. The only thing that doesn't come in that CSV is the categories. So you just have to do that separately. Now, Cameron is working on a couple of videos to add to the SDAI members area that will cover this. Okay. And again, I apologize for not having those in there before. We didn't realize this would be as an issue like it is. So Cameron's getting those together. We should have those in there shortly. So once you export your AGM listing data, then you go and upload that into your Smart Directory AI app. So here's the thing. You can build a site inside the app without having it connected to a domain. All right. So the very final step in this process, if you're an existing AGM member, is to transfer your domain and connect your domain. Okay. This way you can set up your website first. Make sure it's all good, that everything is awesome with it. And then you transfer your domain so there's no downtime between your AGM and your new SDA site. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. Does that make sense? I hope so. So 6 steps are, you don't need to do anything to your AGM right now, right? You install the SDA app, export your AGM data, export your categories if you want to do that, upload that data to the Smart Directory AI, get the site set up the way you want it. And then once the site is ready that way, that's exactly what we're doing with Hawaii Thrive, right? That's why it's at smartdirectory.ai, right? That's where we're getting it all the way we want it. And then as soon as that site is the way you want it, you go into your SDA settings and you transfer your domain so that it stops pointing at your WordPress and starts pointing at your new SDA site. Okay. So these are the steps. Again, I have Cameron putting together a little document that will have these maybe even a little more detail, and there'll be some videos in the members area. But if you're an existing AGM member, this is what you do. Now, it's pretty amazing that Cameron and the team was able to get it down to these 6 simple steps, because we had to not only build in specific functionality into Smart Directory AI, but we also had to build new functionality into AGM so that you could export the data that you needed. Okay. So, hey, Dorn, that document may just be a picture of this slide. I don't know. So, but you should take a screenshot of this if you're an existing AGM member. These are the steps you want to follow for setting up a brand new Smart Directory site, moving your AGM over. All right. Yeah. It says don't rush, Cameron. That is right. So install the app, export your data, get it uploaded to SDA, get it looking the way you want, and then transfer the domain. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Yeah. That guy, he's been working like crazy in the background. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions about that process right there? Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. I was going to show you guys this. So, and Doug says it's already in there. So let me go here. Oh, now it makes me log back in. Yeah. I'm going to show the members area, Cameron. That was next on my list. to go over those things. So I just want to make sure, does anybody that is on here right now, I mean, we have almost 100 people here. Do any of you have any, if you're an existing AGM member, do any of you have any questions about that process that I just went over? Are we clear? Now, we are aware that there are some people out there that are getting some errors with the domain transfer. We have our devs working on that, okay? The devs are working on that as fast as they can. Cameron looks like such a nice guy here. He hasn't been, he's been going crazy there. So I'm going to show you the members area here too. This was the next thing I wanted to show you guys. So if you are already in smartdirectory.ai, then not only do you get the software, but you actually get this training as well. Okay. So inside the training, again, and I can't stress this enough, every single video in this members area has important information. Gray Mouse says, clear as mud, at least until I get halfway through. Just take 6 steps. Just follow the steps, right? And I'll show you the videos here. So, very important. Every video in here has important information. So, do not skip around. Like, I mean, you don't necessarily have to watch the Honeypot Prospecting System. Like, that can do it. But definitely watch these 3 videos in the getting started. Okay? And then you can go to setting up your directory. So you can see right here's the video I was talking about. If you don't have high level, watch this. Then we get installing, right? Importing. Does your smart directory need its own sub account? That's a question I've been seeing a million times in the Facebook. Here's the answer. Just go to the members area, watch the videos. The answer is right here. It'll tell you what to do. The initial configurations and all that stuff. And then down here, upgrading from AGM to smartdirectory.ai. So this is the step-by-step video on how to, look, he's even got it down to 4 steps. So he's way more efficient than me. So, and the additional information, right? So this video is in your members area already, okay? And then there are some other videos in here as well. Here's how we've been getting this question a lot. How do you access the bonuses in your members area? Right here, there's a bonuses section. These are all the bonuses that are included. This is where you get your first 100 businesses. You just fill out that form. There's training in here on additional features and operating the smart directory as well, okay? And then this is the training on how we use it to prospect, the Honeypot prospecting system. And then there's a section of bonus resources that I haven't even talked about, just some things to help you along this process as well. I saw somebody ask, well, how do we get traction with the smart directory site? Well, that's what this section is about, right? It shows you all of that, okay? So those are the updates to the members area. And then the process for taking an existing AGM site and going to the new one. Yes, Jacqueline, you'll get the bonuses for sure. Yeah, the support team has been working hard. Very, very, very hard. So awesome work by them. Okay. Let me see. All right. If you guys have any questions for me, please pop them in the chat. I am going to go through our accountability wins and our shark shout outs of wins. And then I can show you a couple of other things with smartdirectory.ai as well. But if you didn't get to catch the training on Wednesday, go to offlinesharks.com/smartdirectory.ai. I go through all of, the setup, the features, all that stuff, and how we use this. The most important part, right? Like Smart Directory AI is a tool. And the thing that sets it apart from all the other AI tools out there is that this tool actually does the most important thing, which is generate income. Like if you look at any other AI tool out there, they do amazing things, but it is up to you to generate the income. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a voice AI agent. Everybody's all hot and bothered about voice AI agents, right? Well, right now, inbound voice agents. That means you have to get the person to actually call the inbound voice agent. So you have to figure out how to get them to call in. If you're doing outbound anything with voice AI and you do not want to end up in jail, you first have to get permission from the person before you send an outbound message. The AI software does not do that for you. You have to figure out how to get that permission. That means you have to start the conversation and build the relationship before you can even use an outbound agent to reach out to them. SmartDirectory.ai does that part. It starts the conversation and builds the relationship. So one of the things, right now, High Level does not have the ability to do outbound calling. It's coming soon. We're waiting for that. We have a process and a system already for when that rolls out live in High Level. Now, if you have some other kind of outbound dialing software, you should be jumping on Smart Directory and setting one of these bad boys up like ASAP. Because imagine this process. You set up a SmartDirectory.ai, you add a business, you add a listing, and just like I show on the training, when you add a listing, all of these automations start to fire. The person gets an email saying that they've been added to the community resource website. They can go look at their listing. They can claim it. Once they claim their listing, you could have on there permission to call them. When they claim their listing, that gives you permission to call them. Now your outbound agent can follow up with them, right? So that's the process that is eventually coming to SmartDirectory.ai. You guys want to be on the big end of that. All right. So, all right, let's get to the wins, and then I'll show you a couple things with the theme and stuff like that as well. Again, if you have your questions, put them in. It does not go away after tomorrow. So this promotion is not going to be around forever. This is a limited promotion. So, I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait to jump in. That's what I'm saying, So JC, I covered this a little early. High Level is not a requirement. Inside the members area, I have a video on if you don't have High Level that will explain all of that to you. Okay. All right. So let's talk first about our accountability. So I have been seeing this accountability list grow as well, right? So this list has been getting bigger and bigger. These are people that are going in the group, posting, holding themselves accountable, setting their intentions for the week, following up, and keeping each other. No coincidence that you see these people inside the win section a lot as well. So big shout out to Scott, to Mark, to Doug, to Don, to Chris, to Sandy, all of you guys. Way to go on the accountability, the accountability check-ins. Awesome stuff. So let's get to these shout outs. We don't have a lot of them. Oops, I don't want to see the grand total, but we got some good ones today. First up, Mr. Chris Byrne. He built and launched a new website 6 weeks ago to his biggest client. Okay. I remember this. This was a spa. And in 6 weeks, he's got them ranked to page 1 for several of their top keywords in their 3 top markets. And he drove a lead worth $10,000 to them through their website. Before working with Chris, they had no leads, only solicitors calling them. So awesome, awesome win. Way to go, Chris. Way to go, Chris. Next up, Mr. Norm Thomas. Stormin' Norman. Lighten up the group with this $35,000 win. Look at this. New custom website and branding client. A franchise, automotive parts store in Canada. $35,670.43. SEO for 6 months, guaranteed. When website is done, that pay is later. He shared the actual invoice for this. Can you imagine getting a $35,000 invoice? Woo! I know the first time Nick and I got a big invoice like that paid by a client, we were just like, what the heck? I remember one time we drove up country to get a check from a client, and the client paid us in cash. And like we were driving down the mountain, we had all this cash. We were like, we'll probably get arrested. They're not going to believe we got this from an agency client. So Storm and Norman, awesome win. Really great to see that success. Those are the wins this week. I don't know where everybody else was at. So if you did not share your wins in the Facebook group, make sure you go there, do that. Use the hashtag win, small wins, reoccurring wins. We want them all shared in there. We track this stuff. I think it's a big inspiration to all of us. I know it is to us. And I think to all of you as members to see what kind of billable revenue we can get using these tactics and doing that stuff, right? Again, this is all money that members just went out, implemented, and got. Like Nick and I have nothing to do with any of this stuff, right? So far, that combined total is $35,670.43. Storm and Norman pulling the weight for everybody this week for the 5th through the 11th since the start of 2025. So only 3 months in, and we have a grand total of $414,803.43. That is stuff, right? Yeah, nearly $500,000. And it's just, Jacqueline, just the start of April. Just the start of April. Bill, welcome. Awesome. Glad to have you in. Yeah, look at those wins. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay. What are we going to have a graphic for that? I know that we've been tracking this because since we started keeping track, Shushan messaged us about 2 weeks ago and was like, we're really close to crossing 5 million total since we started tracking. And guess what? We did it. We'll talk about this next week. But since we started tracking wins, you and our community now have billed over $5 million to clients. That is unfreaking believable. Woohoo! I mean, hold on. I gotta find, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff here? First of all, I think $5 million. And a little air horn. My wife hates that noise. Wow. Congratulations, guys. That is awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay, so what have we covered today? So we covered smartdirectory.ai. If you haven't seen the training we did on Wednesday, go to offlinesharks.com/smartdirectory.ai. If you just want to jump in, it's only $99 a month. You can go to offlinesharks.com/getsmart. You can jump in as well. We talked about the process for moving AGMs over, the updates to the members area, what the devs are working on with the software. If you have a support ticket in, we've got you. We know you're there. We are not ignoring you. We are working hard in the background on those. So big shout out to Kai, Steph, Nade, Cameron, everybody working in the background on the thing. Mark said great training, by the way, too. Oh, thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. So, and one thing, this is something that's kind of new to this as well. Let me show you this. I thought this is pretty nifty. So here's our smartdirectory.ai Hawaii Thrive. So very easy to customize all this stuff up here as well. But this search bar, you guys will notice this is new. We did it in the old tech. We didn't have this in the header here. And it was, I don't know, I just didn't think it was the best search out there, but this one is very, very reactive. So like if I'm looking for a pizza place and I start typing in pizza, like it just starts rolling up the things. One of the things that we're working on as a new feature here too is to give you the ability to control who shows up first here. So that we're hoping is going to be a way to really close the deal on your premium listings. So when someone buys a premium listing, it means that they would show up first in search, right? So we're working on that. I have no idea when that's going to be up, but that's one of the things we're working on. But you can see this is what the listing page looks like. You have all the different categories. So I saw a question in the Facebook. Somebody was asking about, well, if I have multiple cities, how can I do that? Well, that's basically what we have with Hawaii Thrive, because we have multiple Hawaiian islands. So you can see up here in the main menu, we've got, these are all Oahu businesses. These are all Maui businesses. So these could very easily just be different cities. And then in the categories, when you click on one, like if you click on Oahu, it shows you just the businesses on Oahu. Okay. And if you click on Maui, these are just the business. Oh, that makes me homesick. I miss Maui. Haven't been back since I moved here to Vegas, but that shows you these, right? So this is another awesome feature that we didn't have before. And of course, I think the listings look much better as well. Now, we have a lot of new functionality in smartdirectory.ai that we didn't have when we built this. So you'll notice there are things like business. Here, let me show you this. So we're still in the process of adding some information to these listings because in the old site, we didn't have it, right? So, but look at this. If I go to a premium listing here, like in Fuego, right? This picture layout. So all the social media, the claim your business function, the description, but you can have this map. This ties into the Google's API. And then there's this great looking section for their hours of operation. And then these are reviews that are specific to smartdirectory.ai, so customers can leave reviews. This also integrates with the Google API, so you can show their Google reviews here as well. And then you can see their team and blog posts, things like that down here as well. Their news stories, like all their jobs, all of these things are specific to this business, right? So this is another little demo smart directory site we have set up, but that's a lot of the improved functionality of listings. And again, you have the ability to control what shows up on a free listing and a premium listing. Somebody was sharing with me an awesome strategy that I thought was really, really great, which is your basic listing, just have business address and phone number. Because then when you send out the email and you ask the person to go claim the business, they're going to want to put their website on there. So then you have a natural way of like, oh, do you want your website and some other additional information? Well, then you can upgrade to the premium. I thought that was a great struggle, or great strategy right there. So somebody says, Renzo says, will Smart Directory work on a Go high level trial account or only on upgraded accounts? Reno, you can do it on a trial account. So in the Smart Directory members area, we have a link so you can get a 30-day free trial of high level and set your Smart Directory up, get going, get your first clients, and be off to the races. So yeah, we got you covered there. Let's see. Yeah. So Fred, I got you. So Fred, let me talk about this for a minute. Cause I do talk about this, in one of the videos, but I think this is a great question because I know people, when they see a directory site, you want to go big, right? Go big or go home. There is something to be said though for really putting some thought into the user experience, because if just what Fred is saying here, I do not know of a directory solution out there that is going to make it easy if there's a gazillion cities in it. Like, how could you possibly make that a good user experience? You can't. So I am very, very much more for keeping this smaller and building new ones for additional things so that the user experience is great. So, I mean, that's just kind of my 2 cents on it. Plus, man, when you're going big, like when you're trying to do something nationally, like you need a big team and you need a lot of money to get that stuff out there. Like nobody ever talks about that. Like if you're trying to prospect nationally, it is like, whoo. Yeah. Yeah. That is all I'm reading right now. This is a great idea. Patty said, what is Tom reading besides support tickets? That's it, Patty. That's all I'm reading right now is support tickets. That's all I'm reading. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Keep it simple and user friendly. Yep. Yeah. Well, as you know, we like when we launched ours, we didn't even like we use it as a foot in the door to build the relationship. So like all the traffic that Hawaii Thrive gets now was really built with guerrilla marketing. Like it was just built by doing the free business listing method. Reaching out, giving people free listings, selling them marketing services. Reach out, give them a free listing, sell them marketing services. We just did that over and over and over and over and over. Every day, Monday through Friday. We still do it, right? Works like gangbusters. Works like gangbusters. Awesome. Well, I think we do have one more thing we need to do before we get out of here. And that is...
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, bling, bling, cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter.
Let's give away some cash out money. Ching, ching, bling, bling, right? Yeah. If you guys have any last minute questions, pop them in. But while you're doing that, I want you to... I don't know why it does that. Why does it do that? That is so weird. Huh. Oh, I see what it's doing. They updated StreamYard and it's like throwing me off. Because I'm like, why is that there? Now I get why it's there. If you put hashtag smart in the comments, I'm going to do a drawing. Somebody, JC was like trying to guess it. Dominique says, I have AI Profit Sitter. Would like to go unlimited soon if I can get a customer. How does that work? Dominic, just reach out to us, offlinesharks.com/support. We can walk you through that process. Patty says, best music of the week. Patty, we may have to stop using it on the live shows. Every time I use it on the live shows on YouTube, we get a copyright thing. Supposedly it doesn't affect anything, but I don't believe it. All right, I see we got a lot of earners here. I'm going to do the first drawing. You can keep putting in hashtag smart if you haven't already. It doesn't matter if you do it more than once. It only tracks it for one time. But the first winner of $25 in Cash App money is Patty! Woohoo! Way to go, Patty. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, I see more people get. I'll give you just a second for some more people to get in. Again, if you haven't watched the training from Wednesday, go to offlinesharks.com/smart directory AI. Check it out. You're going to love it. I thought the training was awesome. Of course, I put it together, so, I may be a little bit biased. Let's see. Yes, so Gray Mouse, yes, so smartdirectory.ai, you do have the ability to add additional pages. It does have a website page builder, so you can add additional pages to it and do different things like that. So you can, it already has this functionality. We don't need to add that. It already has that. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a little drawing for our final $25 Cash App winner. The money goes to Mark. Hey, Mark. Awesome. Mark, I love that 8-cylinder coach logo you got there. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Wow, 2 longtime sharks right there. Patty and Mark winning the Cash App money. I love it. Congratulations, you guys. So I know both of you know how that works. So all you have to do is give us your Cash App tag and we'll send you over the funds, or somebody from the team will reach out to you as well. All right. Awesome stuff. All right. Well, look, this was a fantastic live show. Again, Nick, Cameron, our entire team, we're very humbled and grateful for all the support you've shown us for smartdirectory.ai. This is just the beginning. We're only a couple days into this thing. We got a pretty exciting road ahead if you're a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan. Pretty exciting road ahead with all we're going to be doing with smartdirectory.ai and what is going to be possible with it. So this is just a little teeny tiny start. So if you haven't already, go check out the training, smartdirectory.ai. Jump in. The bonuses aren't going to be there forever. This offer is not going to be open forever. So we'd love to see you inside. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. Great questions, all that stuff. We'll be here next Friday, same sharp time, same sharp channel. We do this every week. I just show up, I hang out, we train, we talk, I answer your questions. So you should never go more than a week without getting a question answered. You can always just show up here and ask me, and I will walk through it and help you out. Or if you're really ambitious and you really want to make sure your question gets answered, just email it to me before the live show. Be like, hey, Tom, my email is tom@offlinesharks.com. You could just email me and say, Tom, on the live show, could you please answer this question for me? All right. And I'd be happy to do that and make sure that we can help you get through your specific issues. All right, everybody, stay safe. We'll see you back here in 167 agonizing hours. Till then, practice aloha, and I'll see everybody later.
You've been watching the Aloha Marketing Jam session. We've helped thousands just like you start and scale their businesses. If you'd like our help to grow your business, go to the link on your screen now and let us know how we can help you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. We'll be back here next Friday for another live show. Until then, aloha.